Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dad English.
Hi guys, it's great to see you again today.
This is the place where you can practice real English for everyday life, not just textbook sentences.
If you enjoyed these conversation lessons, please support us by liking this video and subscribing to Dad English. It really helps us keep making more free lessons for you. Today, we're going to talk about something almost everyone does, but each person does differently: your workday.
We'll share our own typical routines at work and teach you natural phrases so you can talk about your workday in clear, simple English. But first, Grace, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks. A little hungry, but happy. How about you?
I'm a bit tired. My neighbors started drilling a hole in the wall at 6 a.m. this morning.
Oh no, an early morning construction concert? Was it at least short?
No, it felt like a rock concert for power tools.
That sounds rough. Did you have a good weekend at least?
Yes. On Saturday, I went to a small cafe near the lake and spent 2 hours writing in my journal and people watching. It was very relaxing.
Nice. My weekend was busier. I visited a friend who just had a baby, so the house was full of crying, laughing, and tiny socks everywhere.
Cute chaos.
Okay, now that we're both awake, let's talk about work. Let's start with a simple question. What do you do? What's your job?
I work in an office, and my specific job is, let me think, I'm a customer success specialist.
A customer success specialist? That sounds important. What does that mean?
It means I help clients use our company's online platform. When they have problems or questions, they contact me, and I help them find solutions.
So you talk to a lot of people every day.
Yes, many people. Some are very friendly and relaxed, some are very stressed because they need fast answers. But the problems are always different, so my day is never exactly the same.
Would you say you have a desk job?
Definitely. A desk job means you sit at a desk most of the day, usually in front of a computer.
And your hours? Do you have a typical 9 to 5 schedule?
Yes, my full-time schedule is from 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening, Monday to Friday.
And I'm an English teacher. My workday starts earlier. My first class begins at 8 a.m., so I usually wake up around 5:30.
Wow, that is early. Do you like being a morning person?
Honestly, yes. I like the quiet time before the city wakes up. I drink tea, stretch, and plan my day.
Okay, let's walk through a typical day. When you arrive at school, what's the first thing you do?
First, I go to the staff room, put my bag down, and say good morning to my colleagues. Colleagues is our first important word today. Colleagues are the people you work with in the same place, not your family or your friends from outside work.
For example, the people who sit in my office and have meetings with me are my colleagues, and all the teachers at Grace's school are her colleagues.
After I say hello to my colleagues, I check the schedule on the notice board and see which classes I have that day.
A schedule is a plan that shows your activities and times, like class at 9, meeting at 11, lunch at 12:30. In my office, the first thing I do is put my lunch in the fridge, walk to my desk, and turn on my computer.
And then you wait, right?
Exactly. My computer takes a long time to start, so while I wait, I open my planner and look at my tasks for the day.
I love that you use a paper planner.
Old school style. When my computer finally wakes up, I open my email. Usually, I have around 30 or 40 new messages.
Wow, that's a lot. What do you do with all those emails?
I quickly scan them and decide which ones are urgent. I answer the simple questions first and mark the more complicated ones for later.
Do you have a morning meeting?
Yes, we have a short team meeting every day at 9:45. Our team leader shares updates, new tasks, and any important deadlines.
A deadline is the final time or date when something must be finished. If you finish after the deadline, you're late, and that's usually a problem.
You will often hear, "I have to finish this report before the deadline," or "I'm trying to meet my deadline."
My mornings are a bit different. After I greet my colleagues, I prepare the classroom. I write the date on the board, open windows, and lay out worksheets.
And then your students arrive?
Yes, I start with a short warm-up conversation, like, how was your evening? Or what did you do yesterday? To get them speaking.
After my team meeting, the real work begins. The phone starts ringing and messages arrive in our live chat.
Are your customers usually calm?
Most are, yes. Many are grateful when I solve their problem, but some are frustrated, especially if something is urgent for their work.
How do you handle an angry customer?
First, I let them talk. I listen carefully and don't interrupt. Then I say, I understand. Let's see how we can fix this. Staying calm is very important.
That sounds like teaching. When a student is upset or nervous, listening first is the best thing to do.
Do you get a morning break?
Yes, I usually have a short break around 10:30. I drink tea, eat a small snack, and sometimes check messages on my phone.
I also have a coffee break at 10:45. I go to the kitchen with a colleague from another department, and we talk about anything except work, if possible. Just 10 minutes, but it helps a lot.
You mentioned reports earlier. What kind of reports do you write?
A report is a document where you summarize important information. In my case, I write how many cases I handled, what the main problems were, and what solutions I used.
Students write book reports, managers read sales reports, and scientists write research reports. It's a very common word in the workplace.
My report is usually finished just before lunch. I eat around 12:30. Sometimes I go to the company cafeteria with colleagues, and sometimes I eat at my desk if I want a quiet moment.
At school, I eat lunch at noon in the teacher's room. I almost always bring food from home, like rice with vegetables or a salad because it's cheaper and usually healthier.
Do you feel sleepy after lunch?
Yes, that afternoon feeling is real. Many students look tired after eating, so I use games or short videos to wake them up.
In the office, we sometimes call that time the afternoon slump because your energy goes down and you want another coffee. In the afternoon, I usually have video calls with clients. We share screens, look at the same page, and solve problems together, step by step.
That sounds intense.
It can be, but it's interesting because I see how different companies use our tool.
My afternoons are full of classes. I teach grammar, help with pronunciation, and check homework. I try to keep activities varied so students don't fall asleep in their seats.
I normally finish work at 5 p.m. unless there's something urgent to complete before a deadline.
I usually finish teaching around 4 p.m., but I often stay longer to prepare materials for the next day or to correct tests.
When I finish, I close my computer, say, "See you tomorrow" to my colleagues, and start my commute. Commute is another useful word. Your commute is the time and travel between your home and work. It can be short or long, and you can commute by car, bus, train, tram, or on foot.
For example, Antony has a longer commute by bus, maybe 30 or 40 minutes, but my commute is short. I walk about 10 minutes from school to my apartment.
During my commute, I listen to podcasts or music, or sometimes I just look out the window and relax.
On my walk home, I like to listen to an audiobook or simply enjoy the fresh air.
When you get home, what's the first thing you do? I change into comfortable clothes and drink a big glass of water. That's my signal that work is finished and home time begins.
Same here. Changing clothes feels like switching from work mode to relax mode.
Do you cook dinner on work days?
Usually, yes. I make something simple like soup, pasta, or stir-fried vegetables. But on very busy days, I order takeout from a small restaurant near my house.
I also order food sometimes. Cooking every single evening can be tiring after a long day.
So, Anthony, do you like your job?
Yes, I do. Sometimes it's stressful when many people need help at the same time, but I really like the feeling when a customer says, "Thank you, that really helped me."
I feel the same about teaching. Preparing lessons and correcting homework takes energy, but when a student suddenly understands something difficult, it's very rewarding.
Rewarding is a nice word. It means something makes you feel good because it's meaningful or helpful.
Every job has good parts and difficult parts, but if you feel that your work is rewarding, it's easier to stay motivated.
Now, before we finish, let's quickly review the important words from today.
First, colleagues. Colleagues are the people you work with in the same place, like teachers, office workers, or nurses.
Next, commute. Your commute is the travel between home and work, like a 20-minute bus ride or a 10-minute walk.
Then, schedule. A schedule shows your activities and times, like class at 9, meeting at 11, lunch at 12:30.
Report. A report is a written summary of important information, like tasks you completed or problems you solved.
Deadline. A deadline is the final time or date when something must be done. If you finish before the deadline, you meet it. If you finish late, you don't.
And finally, full-time. A full-time job usually means working about 35 to 40 hours a week, like a regular 9-to-5 job. The opposite is part-time.
If you can use these words, it's easier to describe your workday in English.
Let's do a short summary so you remember today's lesson.
Today, we talked about how to describe a typical workday: mornings, meetings, breaks, lunch, afternoons, and the commute home.
We shared our own routines as an office worker and teacher and used real-life phrases you can copy and adapt.
We also reviewed important vocabulary: colleagues, commute, schedule, report, deadline, and full-time.
Now it's your turn. Question of the day.
If you already have a job, answer, what is your job, and what's one thing you do every day at work?
If you are a student or don't work now, answer, what's your dream job and why do you like it?
For example, you can say, I'm a nurse. I take care of patients every day. Or, my dream job is engineer. I want to build useful things.
Your answer can be short or long. Any practice is good practice. Try to use at least one vocabulary word from today.
Thanks so much for spending time with us today. We know your days are busy, and we're happy you chose to practice English here.
If you liked this lesson and want more conversational lessons, please like this video and subscribe to Dad English.
Remember, don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes help you learn faster.
Have a wonderful day and keep practicing your English every day.
See you next time.
Bye!